What's up, everybody? So, over the past few months, I've basically only really been playing old school RuneScape on my Iron Man and a lot of PvE on Escape from Tarkov. But besides making progress in those games, I haven't really had the drive to do anything else but hibernate. But hey, we all make mistakes, but we shouldn't dwell. It's all about recovering from a mistake and getting back on that metaphorical horse. This weekend I took a mini trip to Texas to see some UFC fights in the Cosm Dallas Dome, and it was pretty legit. We ended up doing a lot of driving around Texas, and it was a lot of fun, but I'll get to those details in a bit. But while I was there and we were talking, I realized I wanted to do more in real life, and not so much of the gaming. Now don't get me wrong, I do want to continue gaming, and hopefully even maybe doing some live streams again, but maybe, with some structure and moderation, So yeah, hopefully I'll be feeling good, keep making videos. I know I have some ideas that should be, relatively simple, but also interesting, so I don't get completely burnt out, but can actually keep making stuff. And again, I want to thank all the subs who've stuck around. I know I've been changing up the content all the time and taking long breaks and stuff, but even the greats do that, right? So, if it isn't fun for me, I don't think it would be fun for y'all to watch. But with all that out of the way, let me tell you a little about the trip. My flights there were actually pretty great. Didn't have anyone sitting next to me, directly next to me, so had some good leg room and everything. And the first layover was in Chicago. And that was pretty cool because I've never been there. And of course I didn't really get to explore, I kind of stuck in the airport, but I did get some food and listen to some podcasts, so it was fun. Then once we got to Austin, we went and picked up my buddy's pup and drove them down to his parents' house to drop her off, so that way we could, somebody could watch her during the trip. It was actually really nice to see my buddy's parents again. It'd probably been at least 15 years, and whenever I was a little kid, I don't imagine I really talked to them much, but yeah, I talked to them both a lot, and some of the stuff that they were telling me actually is kind of what got me inspired to get back in front of the camera, Then our other friend met us there, and we took his car up to Austin for the night. We ended up getting food at this place called, K-Bop, and we got, some soju, a bunch of food, like wings, bulgogi fries, and it was really good. And there was karaoke there, so there wasn't a whole lot of people there, but the people who were there were having a lot of fun. So after that, we called it a night and headed back to my buddy's house and slept for a few hours, and when we woke up, it was on our way to Dallas. But before we left Austin, we made a pit stop to H Mart. And it was actually a really cool place. When we first walked in, they had a little spot for kids to play some games from Squid Games, and they had arcade machines and those I don't know if they're gotcha machines or whatever. Put a coin in, get the ball out, and then they also had just all kinds of different food. So ended up getting a few snacks, mostly drinks, and I think some garlic onion Doritos. So that was pretty cool. They're actually really good. So once we finally got to Dallas at the hotel that we had booked, we realized that we're probably getting a little ripped off. So we started to look around at some other places, and we actually ended up getting a 4-star hotel that was 20 minutes closer, only 10 minutes away from the the Cosm Dallas Dome, and it was maybe I don't know, $20 more. It was pretty crazy. So once we got a new room, we chilled up there for a bit, and then went and met a friend that both of my friends knew, but I hadn't met yet, and he was actually a super cool guy. We went and got some food with him, and he showed us he had this Lexus that he had basically had this whole camping setup that he had installed himself. So he had like like a sink in that folded out. He had like batteries to run like heating for like his tent on his roof, and like I don't know, it was pretty inspiring to see that when you want to do something, that you can. And it just kind of like, it made me think like I need to want to do things more and then just do it. Then we also stopped by his house to see his like VR racing sim. We didn't actually get to try it out because the graphics card was in another computer, but it was still a pretty sick setup. And then after that, it was finally time to go to the event. We had a little issue parking. Like we got so close to the parking garage, but the signs weren't the best. It looked like that was like for valet parking. So we went, parked in a parking lot far away, started walking, and we're just like, wait, free parking? And we just followed the signs back, and we were literally like 10 feet away from just turning into the parking garage. So that was pretty funny. So yeah, we had pretty great seats, and the fights were awesome. There was probably at least 2 broken noses. One of the fights was only like 30 seconds long. There's blood all over the place. It was crazy. So then, after the fights, we went back to the hotel, and they had a 24-hour gym at this place, so, we went and tried that out before going to bed. So we got a couple hours of sleep, and it was time to head back to Austin to get me to the airport. And while we were on the way, one of my flights, the first flight, got delayed by maybe like 30 minutes, and that gave us enough time to go get some food. And we stopped at a Mexican restaurant on the way, and it was actually really funny because after we had sat down, the table behind us was like, "Hey, are y'all in a band?" Like they thought they recognized us, and I don't know, that was just pretty funny. And maybe one day, but I don't know, I got a lot more skills to develop if I was ever gonna pull that off. And yeah, on my flights back, I also had nobody sitting next to me. I basically had like a whole row on the second flight. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It was really awesome for just like a 3-day trip. And I'm excited to go back and, see more of my friends for real, since this time I'm, just was in and out. I actually kind of felt bad because a lot of people were seeing me post some pictures and they were just like, "Hey, are you in town?" And I wasn't really, like, we stopped to drop the dog, but after that I was really out of town and then back on my flight. But a trip like this was a good change of pace to take one that was more like, just for fun. And I really hope that at some point I will be able to move back home so it won't take a special occasion to get to see all my friends. And then I can actually use my vacation time to just focus on going out and doing fun shit, maybe, even with them, instead of, it'd be pretty tough to coordinate, everybody I'm trying to see to go on, like, one crazy trip. So I need to come home to see a lot of people. But if I was already home, then I can, coordinate at least a few of us and do multiple trips, Be pretty nice. And that was actually one of my other motivators for wanting to get back to making videos. I don't really expect, this YouTube channel to be my ticket out, but I hope to at least, share my experiences and the, different skills I'm trying to learn and whatnot. Just, at least for fun. Hopefully it'll kind of habit stack a little bit and I'll just become a more well-rounded person in general. And I think that can help open a lot of potential opportunity doors that might, get me where I want to go instead of being stuck. Now, some of the ideas that I had that I'd like to do, I don't know, I've never really filmed in public, and I don't know how that would go. So if there just so happens to be somebody watching that has any advice about filming in public, I don't know, I could blur people's faces, but how do they feel, if they just see the camera, or do you have to talk to the people who own a place to, if you could film in there, if I wanted to go rock climbing or something and film that. We've seen a lot of rock climbing videos, but do you got to get permission, or in their videos there's other people around, I don't know, maybe people are just getting used to it. But yeah, if anybody knows, please let me know. Well, it looks like my battery's probably about to die. I think I pretty much said most of the stuff I wanted to say. You know, I had everything kind of laid out and then might have missed some stuff, but I think I got most of the points. So yeah, just once again, thanks everyone who stuck around and anyone who stays around after this one. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you!